the more of this living food you consume, the more the body is going to start to release toxins. So, and especially in the mornings, you start off in the mornings, it's like, the body goes through a 3-phase cycle every day. 8 hours, 3 phases. When you're sleeping, you're fasting. So the body's doing its reparation work, doing its breaking down the cells you can't utilize, building up new cells. So when you wake up in the morning, the next 8 hours, you go into the break fast mode. Not breakfast now, wait a minute. It's not a meal. It's a breaking of your fast. So, it's absolutely unscientific to break a fast with bacon and eggs, scrambled tofu, granola, cornmeal porridge, all this wonderful, heavy break fast meal. Come on, it's the Queen's English. They try to be correct. They say it's a break fast. So you are breaking a fast. So that little stomach shrinks back down to its natural size once it empties out at night. So this is the size of your stomach, your fist. Okay? So when it empties out at night, it comes back to that, as close to that rudimentary state as possible. So when you open it up in the morning, you gotta open that bag gently, slowly, and first you gotta hose it out. You gotta clean it out. So the most critical thing is understand that first thing in the morning, you want to take an internal shower. You're so external, we don't even consider washing out the inside. The whole human digestive system is not even part of the body.
Yeah.
It's not part of the body. So, you're plugged in to a universal stream here, and you're connected to a wider spectrum. So it's a tunnel. It's a passageway through the body where you're supposed to ingest, your living material, no dead food, living, because how are you going to get life from death? And you process it in this system, and what you need goes into the system, the rest of the systems, mostly in a liquid and gaseous form, and the waste, the bulk, it's like coal down. You're dropping big loads of stuff. But unfortunately, we're putting in the raw material, so we're storing and stacking and packing a whole bunch of that stuff, especially those pushing the iron and doing the 6-pack and all of these things. They're just packing like waste. Nice 6-pack, but what does it pack with? Anyway.
And that tunnel gets clogged.
That tunnel gets clogged. So first thing in the morning, you want to wash it out.
Yeah.
You want to get in there, hose this thing out, So I recommend coconut water first thing in the morning. Internal shower. Look, you don't take external shower with muddy water coming out of your shower head, do you? So why are you taking an internal shower with coffee, with muddy, dirty coffee water in the morning? Even tea. You want same clean, clear, fresh water. Like we have here, we got spring water here, coming straight through our taps, right? What we fix our foods with, what we bathe with, wash our hands with, everything. So be careful. I know most of you are living on a collision course with Mother Nature, packed up in some city somewhere. Be careful. You're just dealing with recycled toilet water. Trying to take a bath with that kind of stuff. And I know you don't want to take it internally. So anyway, you know me. Sister came here and dropped this thing on me and said, you got 20 minutes. 20 minutes? I need 20 hours. So I'll leave that part right there.
But I do want to say something you brought up. You said, many of you are living in a collision course with Mother Nature. You're living in cities. I know for a fact you lived in New York City for a while, and I lived in New York City for 10 years. And a lot of people say, well, you live in the tropics, you live in this beautiful place. It's so easy for you to eat a sun-fired food diet. And I feel like, and please correct me if I'm wrong, or say what you feel about this, when we are in the cities, even more so we need this food to help us balance, to help us be connected with how we should be living. Were you able to eat this way in the city?
Well, 1976, when I became all Sunfired, I was living in California. And of course, I wasn't dreaming, but I was living the California life, up in the forest, up in the San Gregorio Mountains of San Bernardino, and I fruitarian, 2 years up there. But it was time for me to move on. So I moved from San Bernardino all the way to Tanzania. And up in Tanzania, I had to gravitate to where the food was. So I went up to the Kilimanjaro, the fruits.
Yes.
live amongst the Maasai, eating the big papayas, big avocados as big as coconuts, and loads of bananas and all of that stuff. So I was solid for a good year over there. But when I came back to the U.S. in '79, I landed in Harlem, Harlem, USA. And this is the home of Sunfired Foods. Sunfired Cuisine as a teaching entity, as a entity that we share with others, was birthed in Harlem in 1979, right at 125th and Lenox Avenue. And being all live there at that point, I started a food co-op, organic food co-op, and it didn't work. You know how it is back then, and those kind of things, and trying to get people together to help defend their life. So it didn't work as a co-op, so I turned it into a business. And this is where we started Sunfired Foods as a retail business, producing juices and pies and all of these things, making it available to the community. And then the spark went off. People want to know how to fix these things, so we started the House of Life, the home of the Sunfired Culinary Institute, right in Harlem, and started educating the community with it. So I lived in Harlem. I lived in New York City for a total of 15 years, eating all live food. So don't bring it to me, but I live in the icebox, and I need hot stuff. You need hot stuff the same way a horse needs a whip on his butt. Because, when that horse runs faster, it's trying to run away from the sting of the whip. So you need some hot cup of chocolate, tea, soup or something in a cold weather to put a sting on you so that you can generate a lot of enzymes, enzymatic activity to cool that hot stuff down instantly. So just that generation of all that enzyme going into your enzyme bank and making a withdrawal to cool down a hot bucket of soup, that's not quite a good investment, is it? While you need your enzymes capability in order to defend your health, defend your life. Your immune system is tied up with your enzyme bank, and you can only generate so much enzymes over a lifetime. So you tapping it to cool down some hot stuff, you got to keep whipping the body all day long. So you start off with a hot cup of this, a hot bucket of that, hot bowl of this, and you got to keep whipping the body all day long, stimulating it. It's a stimulus. It's a whip to generate enzymes to cool the hot stuff down, and you feel that false sensation of being warm. So you got to keep whipping it all day long. So when the sting of that whip wear off, you got to give it another one. So I find myself being there in that environment during my days and working outdoors, because I started vending, and I had my shop where I had a fruit stand outside. So I'm out in the deep winter, setting up and other people out there, the police and the coffee seller and all these other people, they're cold and shivering and whipping themselves, and I'm like, I ain't even got a coat on.
Amazing.
The body thermostat works if you don't shut it down, just like any other system. You overheat the system, you're going to shut down the thermostat so it can't regulate its own temperature. So I am able to withstand the cold much better than someone who is eating and drinking hot foods. That is not real. Okay?
I love that. I thank you for sharing that, because so many people have this idea of, I'm in a cold environment, I can't do this. And I know I can share with you the winter that I started eating a Sunfired Foods, Living Foods diet, was the first winter I was able to acclimate to New York City.
Yes.
First time.
Yes.
Before that I had layer and layer, and I couldn't get warm.
That's right.
And I had what's called Raynaud's phenomenon, where it's a disease where your circulation is super poor, you don't get enough blood flow. And the moment I started eating the Sunfired Foods, my circulation got better. I was out there running, cross-training as a dancer in the winter time, and I felt good. So
it's so unfortunate with a lot of these so-called disease. They give them these names. And this is where, coming up in the 60s, you can't pull that on me, because we used to call it trickonology. They trick you with knowledge, and they give you these textbooks names. Who's Raynaud? That's a guy who figured this thing out. Look, don't let them, cholesterol. What is cholesterol, Doc? Please explain it to me. I don't know what cholesterol means. It's animal pus. It's animal fat. Okay? So what is going on with your fingers? What is going on with your extremities? What is going on with your fingertips, your toe tips, and things like that? Is that you're eating too much starch. complex carbohydrates. You know what complex carbohydrates are? Grains, roots, and beans. So how much rice you eat, how much beans you eat, and how much yams you eat. Check all of that. Grains, roots, and beans. Tons of starch. Complex carbohydrates. And you know, anything that's complex is complicated. So this complex carbohydrate has to be broken down into a simple carbohydrate, into a sugar form. So your potato, your rice, your bread, your cakes, all of that stuff has to be broken down into sugar. So when you cook it, you destroy the starch splitting enzyme that would assist it to be turned down. It turned into sugar, and so it goes undigested. And undigested starch does not break down at all in the human body. So starch settles in the lower extremities of the body. And since we live so upright, your fingertips gonna get filled first. Your toes get filled, so you get frostbitten, even your nose, because the starch down there, and it goes going down. So, and after the fingertips and the toe tips get filled, your wrist and your ankles, and then your elbow and your knees is coming up, shutting it down. Your circulation is shutting it down. Then your hip and your shoulder. By this time, you're probably 50 or so, and if you're living in the ice box, you're trying to run for your life in the winter. Go down to Florida or someplace. They call y'all snowbirds, because that winter is tearing up your behind. Because that starch, dry, brittle, it starts cracking and chipping. You're like, oh, I got this pain. What the pain? You got something that's stabbing you. Some old dried out potatoes you ate 20 years ago, and it's cutting you up. Cramp. Oh, my menses, and I got a cramp. You're getting cut up by that dried out starch that's in your system. You're dehydrating because you're menstruating. So watch this whole complex carbohydrate world. So after the hip and the shoulders are filled, then you know what comes next, the back. And then you can't raise your arm up and all of this stuff. Oh, I'm stiff. And oh, come on, rub it right there for me, grandchild. Woo, right there. Yeah, put some heat on it. Woo, I feel it. Or you might be down there, she might be down in the tropics, grandma about, oh, the rain is coming. My knee is talking to me. Woo, it's like a weather report going on here. Yeah, grandma, your knee is growing because you ate those Negro yams. Those Negro yams that make your knee grow. That's what's going on with you, grandma. So you got to get off the yams and eat more fruits. Why are you going to take your body and turn it into a refinery to produce sugar from rice? Well, you could just eat an orange, eat a mango, eat strawberries, watermelon. Get your sugar direct from the source. Yeah, Usain Bolt. He runs fast because he eat a whole bunch of Trelawney yam. No, he don't run fast because he eat a whole bunch of starch. He eat a whole bunch of starch because he runs fast. Okay? So he gets to burn it up and turn it into sugar. But you couching. After the potatoes, you couching. You're living a sedentary lifestyle, so you can't eat that stuff no more when you get to those certain ages. So yeah, in the cold weather, you're going to feel it. So wake up, man. As Marcus Garvey said, wake up, you mighty people. You can accomplish what you will. You can take back your life. You can own your life. It's never too late. You just got to stop putting in the cause and watch those complicated carbohydrates. Okay.
You're talking about all this beautiful food, and I'm curious, what did you eat yesterday? Walk us through your day.
Wow.
Your culinary master.
Well,
tell us what you had morning to night.
It's so challenging with me because I live a double life when it comes to food. I live a life as an educator. I have students that I'm educating every day, and I'm taking them through like some serious gourmet repertoire. I made about 10 dishes yesterday. Yeah, touch a little taste here, a little taste there, just to make sure it's certified Sunfired. But it was quite light and basic yesterday because I was getting ready for my fast. I just started a fast today, so this is the cusp. The sun is hitting that cancer zone. And I noticed with me over the years, like those 30 days before my birthday, I gotta watch it. Some serious stuff be going on. I be getting arrested and have disaster on the road, accidents. So that's why I'm chilling this season right now, and I've learned that to follow my stars. So I started my fast because in less than 30 days, I'm going to be 71. So yeah, it's the summer solstice fast. If you're up in the northern ice box, if you're down in the southern ice box, it's the winter solstice fast. So I'll fast 3 days, the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of June. So you make sure you're fasting on the solstice or equinox. So it's either June, September, December, March. 3 days, 20th, 21st, to 22nd. You want to, change your body. Change the fuel in your body. You want to winterize it or summerize it or spring it forward or fall it back, whatever you want to do. But generally, you do that fast to acclimatize your body to the new system. Plus, during this time, these pivot times of the year, the body tends to eliminate, wants to release. So you check. It's probably when some of y'all be having the flu. Right around these change of season time, because it's just a mass detox. Y'all plugged into the universe. You all still heavenly bodies out here somewhere. So as the stars move and the other planets move, you feel it. So get with it. So why go against the grain? Why the body's trying to eliminate? Why should I try to eat? So you see how it is. So with living in a female body, here comes that time, and it's like, I don't want to see no food.
Yep.
It's the last thing I want to touch. So once you go to my website, also look at that poster that I've recommend, and we have the fasting for the daily cycle, weekly cycle, lunar cycle, seasonal cycle. So this is what I'm on right now, the seasonal cycle fast, but I'm taking it a little step further. I'm going to fast right into my Earth Day.
Oh, yeah. How beautiful. I loved how you talked about this different cycles, and please definitely, we will say at the end, and we'll put a link down below to Dr. Latham's website to get that poster. I can share with you his teachings around cyclical fasting were so helpful for me. I made a recent video about how to really heal all these menstrual cramps that a lot of us women are going through. I have a webinar on fibroids, healing naturally fibroids. Lunar fasting around my new moon time, during my flow time, game changer. And I learned that from Dr. Latham's teachings. So it's wisdom here. So I want to wrap up, because I could talk to you for days, but I'm wondering if we end by just sharing, this is the solstice, your Earth Day is coming up, 71 years young, your second cycle. What are you looking forward to, Dr. Latham, in creating as you go into this new cycle? What are you excited about?
Wow. Well, I create every day because I live in the present. My life is a life of meditation. So I'm plugged in, I'm connected. That's why when I put together a recipe, I forget it instantly. Because I want to do it better the next time, and I want to open up my channel to receive, more and more and more. I'm a Fulani, Fulani.
Yes.
And the Fulani people, they call us, we just been moving around for thousands of years, So we go to the green pasture every time the one we on get dry or something just don't equate. Or even if it equates, we move. And also, I'm what you may call a griot, oral historian. So a lot of what I learn is through channeling, totally connected with my ancestors. But the thing is about being in the present, being in the present, because a lot of my ancestors, they did some wonderful things, and they have taught me that if they could do it, whether it's Moses, Muhammad, Buddha, Selassie, Jesus, whoever they have been, I could do it too. So I take ownership, and living in the present, because this is our time, this is our generation, this is our moment to build that civilization. And this is what I'm doing. So I need to be present. I don't need to be absent. So that's why I keep myself clear. So this is what I'm looking forward to in this cycle, is to get my channels even open more clearly, because a lot of what we're doing today is going to take about 3, 4, maybe 5 generations for it to come to its full fruition. So I'm just planting deeper seeds, stronger seeds, and keeping it tight, working from my core, working from my center, and just going with my intuition, going with my vibration. Yes, I observe, I listen, I take advice, I take counsel, but I'm about really tapping into that God energy and God in myself, you know. So that's what I'm looking forward to, is getting closer and stronger and tighter, you know, with my inner connection, you know, to our universe. It's a wonderful universe out here, and I got to keep living it in the present. So whatever's coming tomorrow, whatever's coming next month, next year, you know, next century, the next 70 years, I'm just ready for it.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm moving with it, you know, in full grace, full bloom, and yeah, always love to get this opportunity to share with you, share with the wonderful doctor here, and you know, looking forward to growing myself, because every time I speak, every time I share, I learn too. So, you know, each one teach self.
Thank you so much. Where can people find you? You probably already know where to find Dr. Latham, but in case there's somebody out there, can you tell us your website, where people can find you, find this poster, learn more about the beautiful teachings you're doing through culinary arts?
Well, where you can find my works, because I'm really not to be found. You know, I just love living, you know,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know, I got such a small window here,
Yeah.
and I like hanging out with myself, you know. So
I get that.
so, you know, so if you find me, you know, we definitely need to vibe together.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of you, you know, some of you, you've been writing me and I can't even respond. You know, time is tight. Time is very challenging, you know, to have such a wonderful universe out here. But you can tap into my work at sunfired.com, sunfired.com.
Can you just share what your Facebook, how people can find you on Facebook for those who are not on Facebook?
Okay, you can find me at Aris, Aris Latham, Latham, Aris Latham, and you know, just keep watching, you know, keep watching, and just put my name in the robot, you know, box, and there's tons of information already out there that I've shared with the wonderful age of, you know, communication. So, you know, we're blessed. So let's keep our blessing moving. Let's keep sharing it. You know, share the love.
Yes.
That's all it's all about.
Thank you
pure
so
love.
much.
Yes.
Thank you. It's been an honor to spend this time with you. Thank you for sharing with us, not just your wisdom, but your spirit, your being,
Yes.
for blessing this world with who you are.
The world has blessed me, so I got to reflect it. Thank you.
Much love. Thank you so much.
Pura vida.
And for you guys on my channel, just thank you so much for spending time with us today. And as always, from gorgeous Costa Rica right now, I send you so much love. Take care.